Welcome to this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. I'm Andrew Himes, and this week we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Dietra Caldwell, and Athletic Director, Jim Abbott.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week, Dietra Caldwell, senior women's basketball player from Missouri City, Texas. She finishes the regular season as the Stars' leading scorer at 12.8 points a game and is also the Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Year. You've got the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament coming up at John Brown in Silent Springs, Arkansas, and then the National Tournament a couple weeks after that. What is the team's outlook heading into the postseason?
We have the same outlook as we had coming into the season. Our goal is to go out and have fun, just to play hard every game like it's our last. And, that's what we've been doing, and we've had success, so that's what we're going to continue to do.
The team finished 27-1 in the regular season. They're the conference co-champion. What stands out about this year?
For me, this year has been a very special year. I just feel like our team is a unique team for me. I played on various teams, and just the love and support that we have for one another amongst the coaching staff, from the trainers to the athletic directors, it feels like a family. And everything we do is just fun.
You're the Conference Player of the Year this year. What does that award mean to you?
It's a nice accomplishment, I can say. It just taught me that hard work does pay off, but it would have meant more to me if it would have gave acknowledgement to the people that helped me get here, as far as my coaches and my teammates.
You led the conference second in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio this year. What can you say about your ability to take care of the basketball?
Then I give credit to my coaches for giving me drills to work on my ball handling, and also for my coach to hold us at such high standards at practice. If you turn the ball over, then you have a punishment. Or also my teammates, me making maybe a bad pass, but they make a good catch, so that also helps me. What's
your major?
Right now it's kinese.
And what would you like to do with that?
I'm considering physical therapy.
How did you arrive at that?
I switched from nursing, and it's just, my characteristic is just to want to help people. And being in physical therapy, I feel like I may encounter a lot of athletes that may have been injured, and it just would mean a lot to me to be able to help them get back to health, to get back to what they want to do.
How do you feel like OCU helps you achieve your academic goals?
The student-teacher ratio that OCU has, it gives me the opportunity to have a more one-on-one time with my teacher, and I think that gives me great success.
And can you share something about yourself people may not necessarily know?
With me, what you see is what you get. I love the game, and I'm just here to get my education.
All right, we've been talking to Superstar Athlete of the Week and Sooner Athletic Conference Player of the Year, Dietra Caldwell. Women's basketball team gets underway in the Sooner Athletic Conference Tournament this weekend at John Brown. You can keep up with their progress on OCUsports.com.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we've got Athletic Director Jim Abbott. He's in his 10th year as the Athletic Director here at OCU. And in addition to 42 national championships for the program, OCU also exceeds in the classroom as well. Another 3-point grade point average year for us. Tell us about the academic standards at OCU.
Well, we're really proud of what our student athletes accomplish in the classroom. Obviously, they're here to be students first. We meet with all of our student athletes and really remind them that it's very difficult to make a living playing a sport. If it was easy, I wouldn't be here today. I'd be playing golf somewhere. So they better be motivated first to be a student. I've been here 10 years, as you mentioned. We've never had a semester where our cumulative grade point average was below a 3.0. That doesn't happen on accident. That means that as we're recruiting students, we're really interested in their academic abilities as well as their athletic abilities. And it means that really our campus and our faculty are demanding, but they want to see students succeed as well. So really a lot goes into it. The commitment of the student, the commitment of the coach, and the commitment of our great faculty on campus.
OCU also 5th in the Champions of Character scorecard. That measures involvement in the community. Tell us a little bit more about that.
I'm really proud of that. That's relatively new in the NAI. The Champions of Character is really the headline program within the NAI. And so the program looks at sportsmanship, it looks at community service, it looks at academic achievement. And for a university like ours that is interested in well-rounded students, it's exciting to me that we're in the top 5. I tell our student athletes that we're going to win well and we're going to lose well. And we see lots of examples in the heat of athletic competition where sportsmanship kind of gets thrown out the window. And so I'm just, again, really proud of our student athletes. Any of these achievements that we have in our department are really a direct result of great student athletes and terrific coaches.
Let's talk a little bit about the Champions Club here at OCU. That's a program that was started about 5 years ago. What does it mean to the program?
It's critical to our success. The Champions Club is our athletic booster club, so it's the fundraising arm of OCU Athletics, and we really rely on the generosity of our fans and donors to support our programs. A big part of my job is worrying about the budget. Over the past several years, the economy has been very difficult. We now have an NBA team in town, and while it's wonderful for Oklahoma City, and I love it, it's more competition for us. So we have to work very hard to raise money, in some cases just to provide the basic necessities that a team needs. But more than that, if you're going to compete at a championship level, there are some expenses that you're going to have that you have to raise the money to cover. So the Champions Club offers an opportunity to support every sport that we provide, and it really is critical to our success.
Coming up at the end of March, we're going to have another sports spectacular this year honoring Mike Knopp. Tell us a little bit about the event and how did we arrive at our honoree this year?
Well, I worked at OCU in the early 90s, and we started an auction, and it was a pretty small affair, but the trend that you will notice is for years and years and years, we have had to raise money. So the event grew into the Sports Spectacular. It still involves an auction. It is the largest fundraising event of the year for our athletic department. We will raise more than $100,000 at this event. And the way we raise money is that we have an auction. Anything of value can be auctioned, jewelry, artwork. If somebody owned a vacation home and they donated that for a week, we would auction it. So part of what I would ask is that individuals that might be watching this would contact us. The event is March 26th. That's just a little more than 3 weeks from now. And the two ways we make money are the auction and selling tickets. We arrived at Mike Knopp as our honoree. It was really easier than it's been in the past. We honor someone each year who has made significant contributions to sports in Oklahoma. Mike Knopp is the father of rowing in our state. We began a rowing program at OCU 9 years ago. We didn't own a boat, we didn't own an oar. There were no facilities in downtown Oklahoma City from which to row. And 9 years later, there are now 2 boathouses. In the most recent MAPS tax, the penny sales tax, $70 million was allocated from that tax for the river. The contributions that Mike has made to those sports it's indescribable. I mean, the Oklahoma River is an Olympic training site, and that wouldn't have happened if Mike Knopp hadn't have had the vision that he had for rowing. So he is an absolutely deserving honoree. He's a little shy about it. He just thinks he's a regular guy doing regular things. But the fact is, he's extraordinary, and we as a university have certainly benefited, but the impact that he's had is so much more significant than just OCU.
Another event that happens annually at OCU is the Jim Wade Award Banquet at the end of the year. Tell us about that event a little bit.
Jim Wade is, he turned 87 about 2 weeks ago. Jim is a great OCU alum, probably one of our most spectacular athletes. He graduated from OCU in the late 40s, early 50s. And General Wade, I tell our student athletes this every year. My desire would be that you would grow up to be like Jim Wade. Jim has been a great community servant, a great patriot, a wonderful businessman. And so we created this banquet. It was actually his idea. He wanted to, he didn't think that our student athletes got the recognition that they deserve, that we weren't in the paper or on TV as much as we ought to be, that when young, outstanding students like Dietra Caldwell win terrific awards, they should be recognized more often. So we created the banquet, and each team selects a Jim Wade Award winner. That's the one member of their team that best displays the attributes of Jim Wade. Community service, leadership. It certainly isn't just the best player or the best student. It's a combination of things. So that event is April 29th. It's a Sunday afternoon. It's open to the public. We'll have tickets available. And it's a great time to be reminded of how fortunate we are to have terrific student athletes.
This is your second stint working in the OCU Athletic Department. Look back on your first time here and tell us what that was like and how things are different now.
Well, there are a lot of differences. I worked here from 1991 to 94. That doesn't seem very long ago to me. To you, that's forever. When I first came to OCU, we had 2 computers in the entire athletic department. We had 3 fax machines on the entire campus. So communication was different. Now we get 100 emails a day. You can communicate instantly, and I like that for the most part. My memories back then, one is Abe Lemons. Abe was retired coaching, but he was still here, and he was a fabulous guy to be around. Frederickson Fieldhouse is a great memory for me. Frederickson, you know, on a winter day when it was 30 degrees outside, it'd be 109 degrees. You were literally this close to the court, and we had some marvelous victories. So here's what I can tell you, having come back, and now it's 21 years have gone by. Here's the coolest thing to me. Those young people that were here in 1991 as 19-year-old students, I get to see them now all grown up, and it gives me a lot of pride because they're doing great things. They're coaches and doctors and lawyers and marketing executives, and it really is it is my favorite part of my job. Maybe I get to have a small impact on some young person, and I get to watch them come in as a naive 18-year-old kid, and I watch them grow up and mature and do wonderful things. And then, at least in this case, as I look back 20 years, it is really wonderful for me to see how these kids have grown up and the wonderful things. They're not kids anymore, they're 40-year-olds. So I think that'd be the neatest thing for me.
What do you feel like makes OCU unique?
I'd say the people. I meet recruits. I want to meet all of our recruits, and when I meet them, I tell them part of what you get here is me, and I would go on to explain that we're a small, embracing university, and you're going to know the president, you're going to know the athletic director, and you're going to know your faculty, and we're concerned for your success. We want you to be successful. We want you to reach your goals. Ultimately, it's the individuals, they've got to put the work in to get there. So I think the best part about our university is we have great people. In our athletic department, I'd put our coaching staff up against anyone in terms of their understanding of the game that they might coach, in terms of the quality of people they are, the integrity that they have. So to me, that is what's unique about us.
All right, we've been talking to OCU Athletic Director Jim Abbott. The Sports Spectacular Dinner and Auction happens March 25th at the National Cowboy and Western Heritage Museum, and you can find details on OCUsports.com. That's it for this week's edition of the OCU Athletics Update. Check back every week for all the latest in OCU sports.